Alright, in this lecture we're going to have a crash course on how to use the Xcode interface. So right here I already have Xcode open. If not, you can always go to the top right corner and just type Xcode or Xcode-beta depending on which version you have and open it. Alright, having said so, this is a project that we've already created by going to File, New Project. Now, what's very important here is the different panels that you have, different panes. So the top one is always the status bar, the one that gives you access to all the different tools that we have, that and the menu. So as you can see, the button play and the button stop on the top left corner are pretty straightforward. When you press play, this will play on the phone that's to the right of the button play. So the play and the stop. Then you select the actual target. So because sometimes you have a target for iPhones, another one for iPads, another one for watch, another one for TVs. So that's the target that you want to use. Right now, we only have the one for phones, so it doesn't even have a different name. But how do we know it's for phones? Because here it has phones and it also has iPads. If it was for an Apple Watch, you could use a watch here. If it were for a tvOS, you would have an Apple TV simulator here. And you can also select a device here. Now, as you can see, I don't have a device connected. That's not a problem. You can easily connect your device using a regular cable that you usually charge your phone with. And if somehow you want some phones that we don't have here, you can click on Add Additional Phone. Now, so that's the main pane. Now, you can always bring you have a left pane here, a center pane, and a right pane. You can remove them and put them back by going in the top right corner. And you can see when it's blue, it's selected, and when it's gray, it's removed. So I can add and remove. Sometimes many people have a problem with that because they actually lose they don't know where to go because by default, sometimes it's not selected. It's not even there. So that's how you get them back. The one on the right is the one for the details of that file. And the one on the left is the main one. Think about it, the main pane, the pane that helps you to get to all your files and then you can drill down in these files. But the one that's on the right is usually for the details of that specific file. So let me explain you exactly what I mean by that. For example, I'm going to click on the main.storyboard file here in the pane. Now make sure you have this project navigator on, okay? Because as you can see, there's plenty of them. So make sure you have the project navigator on, and the main.storyboard is the one that contains the actual user interface, the controls and elements that are visible to the user. All right, having said so, as you can see, I just have a blank screen. So if I press play, what do you think I will see? I will obviously see a blank screen. There you go, I press play in the iPhone 6 simulator, and I do see a blank screen. Now, I'm not going to go into too many details because it's just a crash course, but I want to show you that since I have the right pane on and the main storyboard and I see the view controller, I can just type label here and I would add a label, which is basically just some text on the screen. So I can just add that here, play with the edges here and just say hello world and just press play. And sometimes it asks you, do you want to stop the running simulator? So press yes. Okay, and I put the checkbox to have it not show anymore. That's why I don't see it here. And as you can see, it says hello world because it comes from here. Now, obviously here, we can only do the user interface or the visual elements, and there's no logic. So we cannot change the text straight from here, and we cannot have an animation of the hello world text or anything like that. So we need the code behind. We need to access the code that's behind that. And one of the ways to access the code is either to click on the actual controller here, so that actual page, and if you click on the details here for the inspector, you will see that the class is the view controller. So you know that this file is the view controller. This is the file that drives that. Now a shortcut, if you're not sure, if you don't know, is that whenever you click on that hello world page, you can click on the two circles on the top right. Okay, if you do that, that will bring up the code behind. So I'm going to click here, and now I have the actual interface and the code behind. But watch out, the problem with that is that your screen size is very small and it can become pretty overwhelming to get some work done. What you could always do is remove the left pane and the right pane. so that you only see the user interface and the code behind. All right, and that's how you would usually do. Here I'm pressing Control down and drag and drop to add, as you can see, a connection from the code to the user interface. So that would be the hello world label, right? So that's really a crash course here. So I know it's a lot of information. You probably want to see that twice or 3 times, depending on your skill level. Now, I don't want to go into too many details because it's too much info, but also I don't want to leave some details behind because some of you may not have as much knowledge as others. So this is really a good way to get in and know what we're doing later on. Okay, you can always click on the cross to remove that. All right, bring back the pane. And then some of the things that you need to know is that whenever you're ready to publish to the App Store, this is where you click on product and then you will have the archive ready. We're not going to go do that today, so don't worry about this. But the shortcut to play is the build here, Command B or Command R to run. Okay, so build and run is Command R here. Or you can just press the play and the stop button here. Okay, that works as well. Okay, some more information that I'm going to do in the next lecture is talk about this information here. So that you need to understand what's going on here. So see you guys in the next lecture.